remember playing against the Green Bay Packers twice that year because I was playing for the Vikings, so divisional opponent. They beat us twice. Same exact score, 34-31 by a field goal each time. In both of those games, I went off, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm finding myself as a second-year player. It was a season I put up 1,000 yards, so I ended the season on a high note, and we actually slid ourselves into the playoff position, and we heard that we got a wild card spot. And they let us know who we have. We have the Green Bay Packers. So we're facing the Green Bay Packers for a third time after losing to them twice in the season. We go up to Lambeau, and quite frankly, we kicked their ass. Like, they didn't know what hit them. And that's what I was trying to say on TV, that most people might think, oh, well, Saints are going to win. They won 2 previous games. They're just fine, and they're at home. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a row because, one, oftentimes you might lean on the simple fact that you beat them as a certain, like, strain of confidence. But really, the confidence is shifted because as a team, we walked in the Lambeau. I remember walking on that field, snow's coming down, falling on my shoulder blades, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is it. Like, this is the real deal nostalgia of old school football. And once the game started, they were more passive than we were. I don't know if they just were confident because they had beat us, but we knew that this was our last stand. So we swung first. Boom, it was like a heavyweight bout. And then we realized, like, damn, they hit us back yet. We swung again. Boom, and before you know it, like, they were stumbling to the ropes, and by halftime, like, we knew we had the game won. They had Brett Favre, of course, so they made a late push in the game, but from the very jump, we controlled the narrative. So my advice to the Panthers is control the narrative. Like, go out there and dominate from the first snap. And we were aggressive in our play calling, aggressive in our defense, so it kind of shocked them and put them on their heel. What we didn't want to do is go into that game and allow them to get going early. And then all of a sudden, like, they can control the crowd, they can control the game, they can control the clock. So we wanted to keep the game in our hands, and that's exactly what we did. So Saints have the advantage. I feel like the Saints are going to win, even though I say all that, because of their running back core, Kamara and Mark Ingram. They're too good. They're too good. But the Panthers, if they come out, swing first, snatch the life out of the stadium, they'll have a shot.
And I, you know what I think too? When you lose to a team, I feel like it's easier to figure out what you did wrong and, like, game plan for that next time, rather than you win. You kind of are, okay, we beat them this way, and obviously the team's going to game plan to say, okay, this is how they beat us. We need to fix X, Y, and Z.
Right, exactly. And then when you beat a team, you oftentimes approach it as if you're playing the same game. So yeah, we'll keep a similar game plan. But what if that similar game plan doesn't work? What's your plan B? What's your plan C? And if you don't have those things in place, then the opposition is usually going to take advantage.
I will say, there has been one time where, I'm sure it's happened more than once, but my dad, he's a diehard Jaguar fan, and he was like, I think it's the 99 or 2000 Jaguars. He's like, the only 2 losses in the regular season for Jacksonville was Tennessee. They were 14-2. It was the AFC Championship. He was like, you want to know who beat them for the 3rd time? I said, who? He said, Tennessee. So it has to happen. It can happen.
It can happen. But this one's going to be fun, though. This is going to be one of the more exciting matchups. Listen, we got superstar Cam Newton running the point at quarterback. And he got weapons. He got weapons on top of weapons. He got punches. Greg Olsen is back in business. And, McCaffrey, you get to see what this young guy can do in the playoffs. But Drew Brees, the Hall of Famer, man, and the Super Bowl champ, and those running backs, and can't guard Mike Thomas. And that defense, like, we're talking about offense, but the defense for the Saints have been down all year. And then if you look at the defense for the other side, Luke Kuechly is a beast. And here's a crazy stat that I heard on the show, is that Kamara, he has the highest rate of making guys miss in the NFL. So he's number 1 in the league at making guys miss. And the guy that has the highest rate of not missing tackles is Luke Kuechly. So something has to give when you have one guy who can shake the draws off you and another guy who couldn't miss you if he tried. So that matchup right there, seeing those guys in the hole, maybe it's Kamara catches an angle route over the middle, Luke Kuechly's dropping back, and it's that moment where 2 juggernauts of their position are going to go head-to-head. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited. This is my kind of hesitation with the Panthers. So I was, like, going through the stats. And so Christian McCaffrey isn't even the Panthers' leading rusher. It's Cam. So for me, I think it's a cool stat, to say, okay, hey, your quarterback's your top rusher. But realistically, I don't think you can't sustain that in the playoff, in my opinion.
No. And it's not sustainable. I mean, look at the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson was their leading rusher, and like that's my squad. And I remember watching Russell Wilson all year, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's so amazing," which he was, and I'm complimenting him. But like halfway through the year, I leaned into my host, and I was like, "This is exhausting, and it's not sustainable." And as much as I love Russell Wilson,
it's like Russell Westbrook, you know, it's like
you're doing so much. You're doing so much, and you know it's tough to sustain that. You know, but here's the thing, though: we are in the playoffs. It's a 1 month season, so yeah. Hey, Cam, if you got to lead your team in rushing for the next 4 weeks, bro, go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? The question is, does Cam have that in him? Because we've seen Cam go into games and be more reserved, and he's a drop back quarterback because that's what he sees on the field that day. I feel like when Cam's at his best, like it's 1, 2 reads and then go. Like it's not sit back, relax, and go through every single progression. Now, if you're that athletic, then like turn yourself into the third option. So look at your receiver, put your tight end, and if you can't dump it off to the running back, just take off because most likely there'll be a lane. And even if there's a spy guy right there watching, which they most likely will have it, Cam's so good, so strong, so fast that he can usually either make that guy miss, run around him, or even run through him.
Okay, so you're going. So who you go? So you're going with the Saints.
I'm going with the Saints. I feel like
same pick. Great line, like me.
Yeah, we're right here. We're focused. I feel like the Saints' offense, and you know, they're big like chunk team. So they'll nickel and dime, and you know they'll hand the ball to Mark Ingram, who's been playing phenomenal this year. But they'll hit you with a chunk play. In New Orleans, like I've been there in the playoffs when I was playing for the Detroit Lions, and it's a scary place to play. It's not like Seattle scary. It's not like that type of noise scary. It's not Philadelphia where people are mean scary. It's not like the history of Foxborough scary. It's more like you feel like you're in New Orleans living room, and everybody is breathing down your neck. And like the moment you don't make a play, like they're peering down at you, and when you do make a play, like they're booing you. So like it's a tough place to play. I respect the hell out of New Orleans and that fan base.
All right, so you need somebody to make the final play of the game. Who would you prefer as your quarterback? You want Cam or do you want Drew Brees to win the game?
You know what? That's tough. Man, that's a tough call. To all due respect, I'm a recency guy. So people always like they'll give questions like that or make a top 10 list. Everybody gets caught up in like what they know about the guy's resume. I'm all about what's recent. So I'm gonna go with Drew Brees for the simple fact that there were moments this year where we saw Cam and we didn't see Superman. We saw like Clark Kent in a uniform. Drew Brees won a football game this year without throwing a touchdown, which means there's a different type of maturity even at his age because he realizes the talent around him. Now, 2 years ago, you asked me that question, and hands down, Cam Newton. And this is how football works. In a week's time, Cam can change my mind. He can go out there and ball this weekend, and I'll get on TV and say Cam's the best player in football. I got a message the other day, and the guy said to me, he's like, "Hey, I can't believe that you're flip-flopping on so many guys week to week, and each week you pick a different team as the best team in football." Here's the thing, like, what people don't understand, teams change, players change on a weekly basis, so I try to get people to understand, I'm on TV because I see things week to week. I can't be a fan of football and say, oh, well, I love Seattle no matter what. No, I got to look at the game objectively, break down the X's and O's, wake up on Monday and tell you why this team is the best team right now. And football changes on a weekly basis. So as of right now, I'm going with Drew Brees, but that could change next week.
All right, so we have the Saints, the Jaguars, the Rams, and the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs.
Do we believe any of those teams realistically can make it to the Super Bowl? Yeah. I have two teams that I feel like can make it. One is the Saints. I feel like they have enough talent. That defense is flying around at a high level. The experience of Drew Brees being there, having the type of players he has around him. I love it. And then my dark horse, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen, if Blake Bortles can take care of the ball, play at a high level, you ain't got to go throw us into the victory, but don't throw us out of one.
lean on the fact that they do got a guy like Fournette, who I'm pretty sure is drooling at them out to get into the postseason and show his ass off. I feel like that defense can dominate its way through the postseason and get to the Super Bowl. But that's like my extreme dark horse. I do love the Chiefs and how good they are. Can they recapture that magic they had in the first month and a half of the season? We'll see this weekend, but I do feel like we can have some representatives in the Super Bowl on teams that can win the Super Bowl, for sure.
I think for me, I like Jacksonville. I mean, obviously that defense. And I think what I like, too, is that, you know, they're getting some of their receivers back. You know, Hearns is back healthy. He's been out all year. I like the fact that Fournette, to me, even though Fournette has put up really good numbers, he's been kind of hurt throughout the year, so I feel like he's kind of getting healthy. So this might be his moment, and I trust that defense a lot. So I like the defense of the Jags. But the Chiefs, I see them beating. I see them winning this game. Next game, I think they do what they always do, have a second round exit. But yeah, I honestly don't know. I mean, the NFC to me is a little bit wide open right now. I don't know because the inexperience of it.
Yeah.
But can't count out Pittsburgh, New England. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to count out New England, but I don't feel like New England's going to win the Super Bowl this year. That was my hot take during the summer. I feel like something's going to go wrong, something's going to go awry. I do feel like the Steelers are as good as ever, even without Antonio Brown. I mean, I hope he gets back on the field, but I feel like they do have enough talent to get to the Super Bowl. But yeah, this is what postseason is for. I mean, there's so many different opinions. I'm actually reading the comments and people are saying you're crazy about Bortles. They're talking about Cam Newton and Drew Brees. And listen, that's what football is about. Everybody having these different perspectives on the game. But listen, this is it. We're here now. Football is tonight, baby. So we'll have a better idea of who's what come Monday.
I'm excited. Okay, well, what else is going on with you, Nate? For the viewers, I know you got clothing line. You know, this is plug time.
I got still got the Lion Blood clothing that I always rock, representing Lion Blood. And then I have a collaboration suit line with Baines and Bakers, a company based out of Toronto and New York, and Vancouver, and working CBS on Sundays. I'm working GMFB 5 days a week.
So you're booked.
Yeah, 6 days a week of TV, which I'm not mad at. Blessed, you know, it's a good problem to have. Chilling out here with the family, the wife and kids. I'm in basketball gyms, coaching my sons up, and just trying to spend my time as
type of coach, or are you a little bit more like reserved?
You said LeVar Ball?
Are you like the LeVar Ball type of coach?
Nah. I mean, I do feel like my kids are the best thing in the world, but I'm not going to go out and tell everybody about it. But I do get out there, though. I coach them up during the football season, and I'm helping out coaching in basketball. Those are my two first loves. So in my head, I'll always be a hooper. I just so happen to be a good route runner. But, like, you know, I'm enjoying life. I'm chilling, man. Doing some stuff internationally, working with some news stations and networks in Canada. So I'll be working with them on the weekends. And I'm writing a rap recap right now for the NFL season. I did one a couple years ago, and it got good reviews. So the NFL Network reached out to me, and they said, hey, we want you to spit some bars and recap the year. And we're going to shoot a video out here. Yeah, like rap, like for real rap. Like I can, you didn't know I can rap?
No.
Oh, yeah, like I really can rap. Not like this new generation with all the sound effects, like the skirt, and the ooh, like not that rap. Like I really got bars. I grew up, you know, 80s and 90s, so I come from that era. I'll send you some stuff after we get done. I got some fire, but yeah. So I'm writing this rap about the season, clever bars and punchlines. Yeah, I got some heat, man. We got to shoot the video out here in New York, and then they're gonna play it during the Super Bowl in Minneapolis, and we're gonna try to get some cameos on it. So yeah, I'm always working, always doing something. I'm writing a script right now. I'm trying to produce a show. So yeah, so we got some stuff moving, man. I got you. Can you act though? This is not a sports show. We're talking acting. I can pull out the acting chops.
Okay,
I got you. Facts. You're gonna get the nod. I gotta might be in LA pitching the show to these major networks and streaming platforms. So I'm trying to do it all, man. That's really what I'm trying to do. Listen, I grew up in hip hop, so I'm very motivated by some of the rap artists I used to admire that turned themselves into businessmen. So Jay-Z, Diddy, like at some point they wanted to be their own boss, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I gotta manage the time correctly because I'll get too ahead of myself and start stressing myself out. But yeah, I'm doing all that, trying to create an agency where young men and women can go into TV, so they don't have to go talk to a stranger about what it takes. Like they can come to me and we can house them and set up their contracts and search for their marketing. I'm trying to do it all.
That's awesome. Okay, and then obviously, where can people catch you every weekday?
You can catch me Good Morning Football, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then they run a re-air right after that. Then on Sundays through the season, CBS, that's at noon Eastern. Very different shows, very different platforms, but it's the same thing, just talking about football and sports. And then in the off season, we'll be doing GMFB year round. I'll have some weeks of vacation where I'll go off the grid, come back with my hair longer and skin darker. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? What about you? Where can everybody find you?
Well,
I see you working all the time.
I'm trying to be like Nate Burleson when I grow up. Be booked and busy out here. That's what I'm trying to do. No, so I was working for a show down here, Prep Pigs Skin Report. We just wrapped our season, and now I'm a free agent right now. So I'm testing the free agency.
Okay.
Just seeing what's out there. I feel like Jimmy G out here. I feel like everybody's showing.
Jimmy G's printing his own money right now, so okay. If you feel like Jimmy G, good. He getting that bag.
Bring the Brinks truck.
That's it. And they're gonna break him off. Jimmy G's doing his thing. So if you the Jimmy G of TV, you're gonna be just fine.
I'm not comparing myself. That's just how the people are making me feel.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's what's up. Well, the goal is to either work with you or set up something where we can get you on more of a grand scale, because you're too talented to be in a box. We need the world to see Ash, because you're a beast.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. Slide me one of those T-shirts too. Slide me a T-shirt.
Got you. Lioness lifestyle. You live in the lioness lifestyle. You conquering your jungle every day. That's what I said.
Yeah, you got to do it. Okay, before we sign off, what do you think about talking about securing the bag? The Raiders talking about $100 million 10-year contract for John Gruden. What do you think about that?
Hey, that right there is unbelievable. Listen, shout out to Gruden. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that's not deserved, because who am I to say that? For people that say it's too much, man, kick rocks. The man is eating. He did it perfectly. You know what? Like I always talk about, I love hip-hop. I liken it to Dr. Dre. Everybody would wait for the Detox album. It's like, man, Dr. Dre, we need it. Every so often, he'll kind of mention it. Another artist will mention it. And we just expect it to show up, but it never does. But all the while, though, the anticipation and the want for Dr. Dre's services were always there. So whether it's Dre beats, soundtrack, straight out of Compton, like whatever he touches is gold. So we've been wanting to pull him back in the game because he's been teasing us this whole time. Same thing with Gruden. Every single year it was, is Gruden going to coach? Is he going to coach? I don't know, man. I heard they offered him $4 million. I heard they offered him $5 million. This was every single season. So it's like he was like the cute girl at the bar and was like, I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. And she's finally like, you know what, I'll take a drink. And they were like, okay, shoot, I'll buy you the whole bar. That's exactly what it was. My man pulled it off perfectly. For years, he just said, nah, I'm sitting back, I'm chilling, I'm watching the game from a bird's eye view, which already gives him a lot of clout. He said, I'm checking out this game from the outside perspective. I'm garnering respect across the league. Now I can go and coach you guys and get the biggest contract of all time. $100 million? That's crazy. So
that's
the group.
Big Brinks trucks.
Yeah, that is. That's the whole bank, man. Forget the trucks. So, yeah, shout out to Gruden, man. The way he did it, I was joking around with the guys I worked with on Sunday, Boomer Esiason, Phil Simms, James Brown, and Coach Cowher. As soon as the news came out, I was in a little text chain. I said, hey, yo, it's been real. I quit. I'm about to get into coaching. Like, it's over. Are you crazy? I'm not going to be doing this when I can go get me the bag, the real bag.
People always are saying, why would you want to leave broadcast because it's such good money? to go coach and be stressed out. I'm like, 100 mil?
Right, facts. Like, I don't know numbers, and I don't count other people's pockets, so don't quote me on this, but I heard he's making, anywhere from like 4 to 5 million on TV, which is solid money. So for them to coerce him to leave a plus job at ESPN, where he's talking about the game that he loves, without being criticized for making the wrong coaching call in the game, you would have to go with that. You know what I'm saying? So word on the street is he was asking for ownership in the actual organization. Like, that was word on the street. So he probably went in smart and was like, hey, yo, I'm going to ask them for ownership in this team. And they're going to say no. But if they say no to ownership, they know that I mean business for real. So they got to give me something close in dollars. So $100 million, I ain't mad at it. Don't be surprised in a couple years you hear Nate Burleson just accepted the job to coach Detroit Lions.
To be like, hey, I want to be a part of ownership.
Yeah, that's it. Get that bag for real.
Well, thank you so much. 2018, secure the bag. That's what 2018 is about. Secure the bag. Live your best.
Of course, secure the bag, but you got to go seek the bag first. Like, there's bags everywhere. There's bags in fashion. There's bags in finance. There's bags in football. There's bags in TV. There's bags in music. There's bags everywhere. Like, they're literally outside sitting on the ground. You got to go search for it, though. If you're hungry, you want to go get it, you're going to get that bag.
Nate, thank you so much. This was so much fun. Do this again sometime. It was so much fun.
Of course, we'll do it again soon.
All right. Thanks, Nate. Bye, everybody.